Good morning, Warrior Fam. Today is Labor Day. There's no school. A lot of people are not working. Bob had to go to work today. He's getting paid like time and a half, I think, today since it is like a holiday. So yeah, but he got to go in early. He's gonna get out early. So anyway, I had a question on my last video, or one of my last videos, a few videos ago. Somebody asking me if I could show how I set up Anahi's feeds and stuff. So I said that's actually a pretty good idea. So I just wanted to show you what she uses. This is the formula that she uses. She's been using this since January of 2017, I think. Yeah, since January of 2017 she's been using Pediasure, not the Sidekicks. The Sidekicks started a few months ago because she was gaining weight too quickly. So yeah, so with the Sidekicks, and then they're going to switch her to Pediasure Harvest, which is like fruits and vegetables. So yeah, instead of this, because I'm kind of getting sick and tired of Pediasure. Pediasure came out with a new formula of like fruits and vegetables, which is awesome. So these are her feeding bags right here. So every day I get her a new feeding bag. Every week I give her one of these new, I think they're called like Mickey tubes, I think. I'm not sure what they're called, but so yeah. Anyway, but I give her one of these once a week. I'm not going to switch it right now, only because she's asleep and I don't want to like move her. So once she wakes up, then I'll switch it. But let me go ahead and set up her feeds. Okay, so these are her bags. She uses the 500 ml bags. I already opened up her Pediasure, so I have them here on the side. So it's just easier just to have them already opened, so you're not struggling with the bag and opening up the things. So, and then these usually come with like one of these little cap things here. She used to use these on her other little tubes like this, but since there's a new company sending us her supplies, they don't use this part anymore, so I just twist it off and I just use this purple part because it twists right on. So I just fill the bags. I hope I'm getting this in the camera because I could not find my tripod. So if you can't see this, I'm so sorry. But these are 8-ounce cans. And so I usually can use 2 cans to fill up the bag. And then what I do is I try to get out as much air as I possibly can. And then I twist the cap on. And then I get the rest of the air out when I feed it through the tube, because you don't want air to be in this tube when you're feeding your child, or feeding whoever is using a feeding bag. So what I do is I normally just take the end of this and I just stick it in one of these cans, just so that if anything comes out the end, it'll be in the can. So that's what I normally do. And then I just get all the bubbles up, as many bubbles as I can, and I squeeze and I try to tap it to make one big bubble. And right here there's one that has like a little drop right there. If you squeeze that, it lets this way you have to be squeezing the bag to let the air through and to let the milk through. If you squeeze that, that's what lets the stuff go through. So I'm just letting all the air and bubbles go through. And that's why I gotta have the end in something, because otherwise you're just gonna be spilling milk everywhere. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm trying to see if I can get it in the camera. But I'm just trying to get as many, and I just keep tapping it just to make the bubbles clump up again into one big bubble. And then once you got all the air out, then you just keep squeezing it through until all the bubbles are out of the tubing. And then there you go. So the tubing has no bubbles in it. It's all filled with just straight milk. And then I'm not switching this right now like I mentioned before, but if I was going to switch it right now, I would hook it up and I would push milk through here too, or I would just use a syringe and push water through it. That way this is not filled with air, because like I said before, you don't want to be just pushing a bunch of air into their stomach, because that's not good, especially little ones that have a hard time burping and getting that air out of their stomach, because then it can just cause vomiting and stuff like that. So You want to try to make sure you get as much air out as possible. So now that I have that filled up and the air out, I get her machine, which is plugged in right now, and this is what she uses. If you guys can see that. This was her old company, by the way, that sent us this. So, but this is her machine. And what you do is you just open it up like that, and then you take this, which I'm just going to untwist this because it's all twisted. Okay, you just take this part and you attach it to the machine. And you just close it up. And I usually just lay this on top of the machine like that. And so what you do to turn it on is you just push the on button. That's if you guys have this like specific machine. And I'm actually going to, since it's the new week, I'm actually going to raise her feeds to 85 because that's what the highest that she's going to go this time. Right now she's only on 80 mLs per hour. So she's going to do 2 hours on, and then I'm going to take her off for 2 hours, and then 2 hours on and take her off for 2 hours. But I'm raising it to 85 now, so right now it's at 85. And then this button right here is what starts it. So I'm not going to push it right now, obviously, because the milk's just going to be pouring out of the end of this thing right here. So I have it set to her new settings. This is the highest that she's going to go this time until she sees her doctor again to adjust her feedings again. So yeah, that's basically it. That's how I set up her feeding bag. I hope you guys were able to see that. I should have just held the camera up like this, so if you guys couldn't see that, here, there we go. So yeah, 85 mLs per hour. Here's her milk bag. This usually lasts about a day, depending on how fast her feeds are going, so yeah. So these are her medications. This is valproic acid, or Depakine. She takes 7 mLs of this 3 times a day. This is Anahi, and she takes 3 mLs twice a day. And then this is the syringe I use to put it through her tube, her little button tube, which is like this one right here, but she's wearing the other one right now. And like I said, she's asleep, so I'm not going to switch it out just yet. I'll wait till she wakes up and then I'll switch it out for her. So what I do is, like I said, this one, it does come with like one of those little pointy tops as well, but since her tube has a twist, since this tube right here has a twist on right there, I have to use the little twist right here. So yeah, just taking this out, and what I do is I just twist it onto her tube, and then I pour her medications in here and let it just free fall into her stomach. If I need to, I'll put this syringe thing back in to push it down if it needs a little bit of help. And then I fill this thing up with water, and then I give her a water flush. But she takes 70 mLs of water, so I usually just fill this entire thing up to the very top, and that'll just be her water. She takes it 5 times a day. Or 4 times a day, I think. It's before each feeding, so I think, yeah, 5 times a day. I always lose count. So yeah, so she does water flushes 5 times a day, so she gets 70 mLs of water before each feeding, and yeah, and with her medication, especially in the morning and at night, because that's what she takes. So let me go ahead and give her that. Okay, so her thing, I have it attached right here. There's a little clamp there to clamp it so it doesn't start pouring out. And what I do is, I don't even know if I can do this with one hand. Like I said, I don't have my tripod, so see if it'll sit on my leg. So what I do is, oh my gosh, I hope you guys are going to be able to see since the camera is so low. But I just take her medicines and I just pour it inside. If you guys can see that, okay. So her medicines are there, I just unclamp it, and sometimes it'll start to go through, sometimes it won't, so I'll just take this and I'll just push it through the top, and just help. And once the medicines go through, I reclamp it, and I get her water. Can you guys see that, or is this not even like in the camera? So then I just fill this entire thing up with water. And then I unclamp it again, and I just let the water pour down through the tube. There, so as you guys can see, the water's just going down on its own. Well, it was. Yeah, it's still going down. And she's waking up. So, it's going down. And like I said, if it like stops or something, then I usually just take the end of the syringe and I just push the rest of it through. Hi, baby. She's like, what's going on? What are you doing? getting some water. So I'm going to put this down so that I can clamp it again right now when it gets to the bottom, so a ton of air doesn't just go through. It's almost down to the bottom. There we go. And I just, whoops, and I just untwist it off. And then I get her this right here. And she's sitting up. Hi, baby girl. Good morning. You gonna get up for the day? Huh? Okay, so then I just get this and I try to untwist all this as much as possible. And let's see if hopefully she won't fall back and knock over the camera. And then I just get the end of this right here and I just twist it on like that and clamp it, and then I turn on her machine. And then it starts to run and the milk starts going through. And then she's on her feeds. And then I put a timer for 2 hours because she's on for 2 hours and then I turn it off for 2 hours.